Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great week so far. It is the middle of the week. And what I want to talk about today is how to build a better bedtime routine. That's right. I know. It's still the morning. And these are things that we get to talk about during the day. How to build a better routine. So one of the things that we always have to understand, and our brains and our bodies are built on routine. You know, if you look at kids, babies, adults aren't any different. If you want a baby to be all happy and snuggly and kids to be like raring to go in the morning, they have a routine. Once, and every new mother knows this, once you get your baby on a routine, life gets a little bit better. Same with your kids, teenagers. Although teenagers tend to be a little bit different because they become nocturnal. And for those of you who didn't know that, teenagers become nocturnal. Their entire internal clock gets flipped around. It's just a fact. So one of the things that you want to look at is we're not teenagers anymore, but our body clocks do function in a way that's needed for a routine. Now, the hard part is for those people who work shift work and it changes, can be a little bit tough to follow, and this can be a little bit harder. So one of the first things that you want to look for when you're building a routine, so I'm going on the assumption that your life is normal, as in a normal functioning job in the morning, finishing early evening, you have an evening, right? We're not talking shift work's a completely different animal. Declutter your calendar. First and foremost, we have this whole theory that we need to do 7 million things every day, and everybody wears this badge of honor of, I'm so busy, I'm so tired, I'm so everything. That's not a badge of honor, guys. That's an organization. Now, for some people, their workload is really, really super busy, and I understand that. But in order to be more efficient during the day, you need to have better sleep. In order to manage your stress, anxiety, and PTSD, you need to have better sleep. Already with anxiety and stress, your sleep is disturbed. So in order to help combat that, getting yourself into a routine and decluttering your calendar, take things off. I mean, I get we're in COVID, we're still in a lockdown, we're here for the next 50,000 years. But so there's no social engagements, but people are still finding ways to be overexhausted. The other part is focus on me time at the end of the day. Kids are away, you know, dishes are done, kitchen's cleaned. However it is you want your stuff to be, you need that downtime. So that downtime can look like something like turn off the TV, grab a book, an actual book, you know, one with paper and words in it. Something that just relaxes your mind. Everybody needs relaxation. You can do easy 15-minute yoga, recovery yoga, not a hardcore, I'm going to like burn a sweat, I'm going to like make everything, you know, really, really painful. But an easy to follow recovery, and I have some of those, I can post them, I got them on YouTube. Easy to recover yoga. So and what you're looking to do is relax your mind, relax your body. The other thing you can do is at nighttime, journaling, or better known as, for those of us who grew up in the 80s, writing in your diary. This is a way to get all those active thoughts and those ruminating thoughts out of your head and onto the page. An actual pen and paper. It works wonders. Not like type shit into your phone, because then again, you've got this, I'm videoing with my phone. I was going to pick it up. So the idea is to get away from the screen time. The idea is to like not have that blue light from your TV, from your computer, from your iPad, from your phone in your face right up into the time you try to go to sleep. It doesn't work that way. Your brain doesn't work that way, guys. It really does need some analog, right? Having a bath at nighttime, right? Soothing. I do this all the time. I have a hot shower just before I go to, like 20 minutes before I go to bed. I always read every night. Every night I read. And God forbid if I don't have something, it's like crazy. I've unfortunately trained my brain that I need to read. But it's not a bad thing. It's like, simple, easy stuff. The other thing you can do is during the day, drink more water during the day to hydrate your body. It actually helps with your sleep at night. So it's not a, hey, it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm going to like flood my body with a liter of water, which means that I'm going to get up 700 times to go pee, because we all know that happens after the age of 45. So add the water in during the day, not at the last minute at nighttime. Couple other things, adding in the supplement 5-HTP. I've talked about this before. It's a great supplement to help raise the serotonin levels in your body. It's simple supplement. Take 1 or 2, start with 1, and add them in late afternoon. You can add them in your lunch, add them in your dinner. It's actually going to help with your sleep and feeling more calm. So these are easy supplements that it's things that our body stops producing after a certain age. Unfortunately, as we age, your body's not producing all the estrogen and testosterone and serotonin and melatonin and all these amino acids and all these things like that our body requires for proper sleep. They stop producing. So we need to add them back into our diet. The other thing, lastly, I've talked about this before, about the circadian rhythm and when you wake up. Keep note about what times in the night that you're waking up. That coincides with an organ, right? So for me, it was always 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning because my liver needed a break. It's true, right? So whatever that is, I mean, family history and genetics in my family, diabetes runs very, very prevalent in both sides of my family. So that's something I'm always having to watch in order to make that change. I started January with 0 alcohol, no sugars. I literally eliminated every single sugar out of my diet. Ugh, painful, but true. My sleep is so much better because it's allowing my gut health to heal that much better, and I'm taking it to the next level. So it's one of those things that you're just systematically going to watch. If you're always waking up, I have a circadian rhythm in this group. You can look through the files and you'll see if you're waking up at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it's the lungs, I think. I have to like check my charts. So, but you always want to see if there's a time frame that you're always waking up, that's because there's an organ that needs attention. There's something that you're either missing in your diet or doing to yourself, like, adding in whatever it is, or your sugars and alcohol or fast foods or whatever. Doesn't even matter. So 4 a.m. lately. Yeah, so that's like the worst time because it's almost like, if you're like me, and I have a raccoon that's currently up in my ceiling, and it likes to go from 3:03 to 4:13 in the morning. Frustrating. So still working on trying not to actually kill it, remove it humanely. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, sometimes that time of day is really tough because trying to get back to sleep, and if it takes you an hour, it's almost like, well, I should just wake up. But your body's not really ready for that wake up moment time. So 4 a.m. is usually the liver, large intestine. So little things that you can do. And again, the 5-HTP, adding in GABA, cutting out your sugars, harder than you think, actually. Because there's a lot of hidden sugars in a lot of foods that we ingest. The other thing is to try to minimize your coffee, your caffeine intake. Donnie, you're very welcome. So you also have to look at if you snack after dinner, this will actually impede your sleep as well. Your intestinal tract needs, I'm getting way off course, but that's okay. Your intestinal tract needs 12 hours of fasting in order to purge, cleanse, and kind of and heal itself. So if you're eating snacks late at night that have your chocolate, people are like, oh, I'm going to have a piece of chocolate. That's caffeine. It's going to impede your sleep. And if you're having that past 6 o'clock, it has a lifespan, right? Like our coffee or tea, even the decaf coffee has caffeine in it. Chocolate, caffeinated foods that are kind of like a shock and nobody understands, those have a lifespan and a half-life span. So if you're eating them past 2 o'clock in the afternoon, this is going to impede your sleep. So if you're a late dinner eater, but you're early to bed, so if you're eating dinner at 9 and you're going, or 8 or 9 and you're going to bed at 10 or 11, your body doesn't have time to process that. It can't get into sleep mode. So you might want to look at having an earlier dinner, and you want to be having your food at least 6 hours before. I know nobody says nobody can do that, but you can. So if you're going to bed, I eat dinner 5:30 because I go to bed at 10:30. So that's a 5-hour window. It gives your digestion time to get everything out of your belly and then your sleep's not impeded by your digestion. So these are some of the things that you can look at. So again, guys, any one of these small changes, and I don't recommend doing all changes at one time. Go through one at a time. Focus on what you're doing. If it's like, you have ruminating thoughts and you're not sure what you need to do, start doing a little bit of journaling at nighttime, get those thoughts out. And then maybe kind of look at them in the morning and go, why was this something that was really driving me crazy, right? I did a video about don't sweat the small stuff. I know, it's easier said than done. But the other thing too is, and again, do relaxing, whether you're a little bit of yoga at the end of the day, a little bit of deep breathing at the end of the day, meditation, hot shower, hot bath, something just kind of like brings up the body temperature so that you're warmer in order to fall asleep. And then ideally, I've already got to optimize a PDF already here in the files, how to optimize your room for the best sleep, temperature-wise, light, all of that fun stuff. But if you don't find it and you want to have a PDF of how to optimize your sleep, hit me up in the comments below, say yes please, and I will send that out to you and you can take a look and reorganize your room in order to get the best sleep possible. Guys, that's my video for the day. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And on that note, I'm out and I'll see you tomorrow.